Hey, how you doing? Another 70 something stories to be continued. So chronologically now, I am graduated from 8th grade and I'm in high school. Junior, senior year was pretty uneventful. I wasn't even kissing. I did more kissing in elementary school than I did first 2 years of high school. But my brother, my sister, my cousin, we all went to the same high school. Freshman year, we were all there together. Then my sister graduated, but it was very loving, protected atmosphere for me. So, I mean, sex never even came up. I didn't miss it because it just wasn't in the picture. It wasn't even on my mind. Didn't really have anything of sexual orientation until junior year of high school. Junior year of high school, I ran into what I will refer to as one of my elementary kissing buddies, but that's as far as we ever went. So I run into him and he's like, I'm gonna get that now. You know that, right? I still don't know what it is, but I'm like, sure, come over and get it. So we make plans for him to come to my house. My mother's not home. It's in the summertime. It had to be the only reason that I was even there myself in the daytime. And he comes over, full of instructions. Go in the room, take off your clothes, lay down on the bed. So I knew from 5th grade that he was supposed to lay on top of me. That part I knew. The rest of it was still a blur to me. So I'm laying there waiting for what I think is the next thing to happen, except it doesn't happen. He starts taking off his clothes, or he took off his clothes, and he starts like cursing, and he's mad. He's like, I can't believe this is happening. I waited all this time, and look at this, look at this. He puts his clothes on and storms out and leaves me there, laying on the bed. I am so confused at this point. I don't know if it's because my vagina is the shame that my grandmother told me it was. Maybe he took one look at my body and he was so grossed out by it that he didn't, not a clue. And it was quite some time before I found out what happened, why he was so mad and why nothing happened. The only other person was somebody that I knew from school, and we're going to the same school now because I had transferred schools. And I can't say that I was really attracted to him. I mean, I liked him. He was a friend, but he was kind of like a hangout buddy, nothing really more than that. But all he wanted was, that's all he wanted. And that's all we ever did. And I mean, I would run into him because we lived in the same neighborhood, and I'd be going to the supermarket. I'd be going to the laundromat with my cart full of clothes, and I'd be around the corner from his house, and he, Dad, come to my house, okay. And I'd go to his house, and that would be the end of it. And it wasn't anything to me. I didn't get how selfish he was being and how inconsiderate it was. And we did that for almost a year, and it wasn't until I actually got a boyfriend, which didn't happen until junior year, and I found out what was supposed to happen, what the thing was, that I realized what a jerk he was. And the funnier part about it is, years later, the jerk guy and I ran into each other after high school. This is like years after that, at least 3-4 years after that. And we actually did start dating. And we finally did end up in a hotel room, and he was awful. He was awful. I got so annoyed. I think he fell asleep after doing absolutely nothing. I took his car. I was so mad. I took his car and left him in the hotel room. I went home and went to bed. I could sleep by myself. I didn't need to come out here with you to stay in the hotel. I was done. And he called my house when he woke up. He's like, Deb, you need to bring my car back. I'll bring you your car, you little jerk. Took him his car back, and I didn't see him anymore after that. So junior year is when I actually had a boyfriend, junior and senior year, and having sex in the car or on the couch. Never had sex in a bed. Never spent the night together. Our sex was haphazard and clumsy, but he at least knew more than I did. I still knew, well, I knew more than I knew before, but there was no real emotional attachment. He was my boyfriend, and having a boyfriend was safe. I didn't have to look or pretend. He was my boyfriend and everything was cool. And then senior year, I got pregnant. The year I graduated, and that summer I got pregnant because we were engaged. So I thought that it was okay to be pregnant because we were going to get married. But he ended up getting his best friend's cousin came into town from Detroit, and he got her pregnant. And next thing I knew, he left town with her, went to Detroit, and they had a daughter, and I lost my baby. So I was feeling really rejected at the time. That really affected my self-esteem. And when I think about how naive I was at that age, I mean, I couldn't even talk to my mother about sex until after I got married, which was later on. But before that, you know, my father's like, keep your legs closed. My mother was like, that's got nothing to do with you. Don't worry about it. But that is so wrong. I felt like the isolation and lack of communication and not telling me stuff really wasn't helpful. I mean, I felt protected, I felt loved, but I was ignorant. I said yes maybe when I should have said no, and I didn't really have a full understanding about what it was to have sex with someone. And I think after I lost the baby, I kind of went on a kind of a, you know, I slept with a few people, because at this point it was almost experimental to see, was that really all there was to it, and was he the best thing that I was ever going to have? And the other funny part is, one of my other 8th grade kissing buddies, I'll call him, I also ran into him, but this would have been after high school because I was working in New York at the time. This is the one who came over and nothing happened, and he kind of left me there not knowing what his problem was. I ran into him, and he said, come to this party with me. Let's hang out, go to this party. And we went to a party together and ended up being in a relationship for almost 2 years. And he was kind, he was loving, he was the first person that I really explored my sexuality with. He was open, he showed me things, he taught me things. The problem was he was a player. He knew a lot of women, and he did not want to give that attention up. And I tolerated it longer than I should have. Things he should have been saying no to, he wasn't. We were practically living together, but I hadn't moved in. I was like a bag lady, back and forth. I was there most of the time rather than not as much of the time. And one day he came home and said, oh, I got to go to a party with my friend. I promised her I would go. I'll be back later. And of course, in my mind, I remember what happened when he and I went to a party together. So why would I not think he would do it again? And that was the day I broke up with him. I walked out and I never went back. And sexually, it was great. Relationship-wise, it wasn't that good. He wasn't that good, but we did have chemistry, and sexually, we were pretty hot.